Alright, what's up guys, this is Caulk here. Sorry my hand's here, it's covering up some like photos of me. I don't want to get embarrassed and flamed online. Anyway, if you notice my shelf is empty, part of it. I'm doing my official in the bag video. Let's see how this goes. Official in the bag video. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties that I'm going to cut out. Before we actually start talking about what's in my bag, we're going to be talking about my accessories, like what I carry with me, like towel, stuff like that. We're going to talk about the actual bag itself, like its model, and then we'll jump into what I actually put in my bag in terms of discs. And I have some other cool segments I'm going to put in this video. So this is my bag. It's the Innova Safari bag. I love this thing. I believe they retail for about $100 or more, usually a little bit more. So usually like more like $120, at most $150 if you are like getting some signature series one or something weird like that. But I got this off Facebook Marketplace for $35 brand new. It was still like sealed. It still had everything on it. And it was, yeah, this is a great deal overall. Also, sorry if my stuff doesn't sound good. I need to get a microphone still. I'm working on that, I promise. And yeah, it's just an amazing bag. You can see we have the little star logos on the side. I don't think this side has one. Yeah, it does not. We have water bottle holders on each side. We have these big old side pockets. We have this spot for pins up here. I'll show you my pins in a minute. It has a really nice bottom. It's like, I can't really describe what it's made out of. It's almost like rubber, but it's very tough rubber. It has some stuff to it. One of my favorite features too, in just terms of looks, and I have something really cool to talk to you about. Let me kind of fold this inside out. Is this. It has a giant star on the back. This is your back plate. It is super beefy, super comfy. I love this thing. We also have on this armrest, we have this for like a rangefinder, or if you have a really small phone, you could still squeeze that in there. Sorry, I stuttered. And then one of the coolest features that I learned after playing the Oregon Coast Championships, which is when I had this bag, one of the coolest features, we got drenched, totally drenched. It has a rain pouch. So what you do is you open up this pocket, then you have this really cool, I'm not going to put it on, but it stays on really well. Can you see the Innova logo? Let's see if I can get that in there. Yeah, so we got the Innova logo. Also, my camera has some problems, so everything's inverted. So I'll decide how I want to invert it later or not, and if not, then I'm sorry. I'll still read out to you everything it says. Yeah, that is the rain pouch, waterproof. You can open it. It's pretty sweet, and it just zips itself right in there. It's hooked by cord, so boom, it's like it was never there. And that's why I didn't notice it for all those years. And by years, I mean for like all those couple days. And then, oh, one other really nice feature is it comes with dividers. So you can see the dividers here on the inside. So I have drivers on the middle pouch, this side pouch. Here, I'm gonna kind of hoist this up. This side pouch over here is mid-ranges, and then these are throwing putters / approach discs. And also on every side has like these little things, which is where I put my grabber. It has a small pocket where I keep a lot of my money for, I run our ace pot with a couple buddies, so I'm the manager of that. And it has this like kind of mini pocket over here, which is dope. As well as, I didn't mention this, there's just so much stuff to this bag. I'm sorry that I'm rambling, but we have these little parts on the side for hooking up stuff with carabiners. Inside the putter pouch, which is very nice, we have, actually I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this. We have these like little pockets on every side that's like golf ball wide. As well as one other feature is this. This you can fold up. There's this strap. You can't really see it. There. There's this strap that will pull around it, and it keeps it up in there so it doesn't fall down on you. So pretty sweet, pretty sweet. I love this thing. I've never had a better bag in my life. I have my old Trooper bag up there. I'm lending my other bag I got from my dad. And then my satchel bag is also being lent. So yeah, that's fun. I'm not complaining. Alright, so for our next segment, I'm going to try to do all this in one big video rather than chopping it all up. And I just feel like it's a little easier way to do it. Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. So we're going to talk about attachments and accessories. I'm going to start off with what might be my favorite. This is called a disc raptor, where it has, I kind of want to fold it inside out. Yeah, I'll do it. It's going to probably get some stuff dirty. I can just clean my room a little bit later. But here, we're going to do about halfway. It has these turf things for cleaning it. You just put your disc inside, spin it, and yeah, it cleans it. Pretty dope. You can turn it inside out so you can like hit it, get all that dirt out of there, get it all unnasty. I carry, this is, I'm not sure what kind of model it is. It's not like the most fancy speaker, but I really have been liking it. It's a HMDX speaker. It's pretty loud. It works really great for me. I just hook it up to my phone, as figured. I carry a knife with me. It's not in here right now. It's somewhere in this bag, but it's just a like little pocket knife, pretty useful. My course is sketchy, so it's another good thing to have on you, just in case worst case scenario happens. We're gonna go in these side pockets, and I'll show you my minis. We of course have a pair of sunglasses in their case. Not sure what kind they are. Don't geek out too much. We have a unused poncho. In this case, you're at a tournament, it's absolutely drenching, and even though I still refuse to wear ponchos. We have, these are all my little minis. I have a ton of minis. I'll show you guys later. And then this one up here, I actually took out of my bag. I got 2 of these from my sponsor. They're Rain or Shine discs. Check them out, guys. These are 3D printed, but this one's actually a really cool, like blue glow. So I'm gonna see if I can do that real quick. So here, you're not gonna really be able to see it quite well, but yeah, it glows blue, even though it's like white, which is pretty dope in my opinion. I like that. And so we have this one I just got at a tournament for $1 because I could. This one I got at my first tournament. It's a Discraft one. This one is a Pringle lid, which is kind of funny. It's actually a knockoff Pringle lid, so yeah. And I'm just gonna put all of these over to the side. Next, we also have this. This is a macro, more than mini, but it's a little nuke, ESP nuke. I keep with my pig up in front. This is another very important thing. I feel like everybody should have. These are $40 to $45. Dynamic disc. This is a 16-foot telescopic extension rod. Really great for getting your disc out of trees, getting out of trouble. It's like a need to. It pays for itself. Here we have a net gator. I like this for when it gets like crazy cold outside, or just like, yeah, situations like that. And we don't have anything else in there. I have 2 things of like liquid chalk. It's called Bird Sauce by Dirty Birdie. I believe Ezra Robinson sponsored by them, I believe, but here they are. I'm not going to put it on myself because it gets your hands completely white, but it's the best chalk I've ever used, even though I don't like using chalk. It's still amazing. A lot of players packs with that thing. And then of course I got to have, I don't know why it's still in here, but my wallet. We have another pair of sunglasses. Never have too many sunglasses, I guess. And then we have the last but not least kind of crummy tripod. And then the tripod you guys are actually on, which I'm not going to show you because I cannot grab it right now. So, yeah. This is the basic things. I know some people carry Band-Aids. Some people carry just like you said, basic first aid stuff. I don't carry any first aid related stuff. I maybe should, but I don't. Even though I get cut up pretty bad on the course. So, yeah, that is the bag. And I said I would show you my pins, so let's do that. We did the 2024 Ace Race. We got this one. I don't even remember where. Actually, I think it was like some Disneyland thing. And then we got this. I got for my grandma. Shout out, Grandma. But it's Mario, even though I don't play Mario or any video games for that matter. So, and then now we are going to move on to what's in the bag. We're going to go from putting putters to approach putters. Then we're going to go to mids. Then we're going to go to fairways. Then we're going to go to distance drivers. So bear with me here. I'm going to do my best. This is my first in the bag video. This is for the 2025 season. And I don't see much of this changing too soon. So for putting putters, I have 3, which is, I know, kind of weird. I putt with daggers primarily. So these are 2 daggers. They're both really beat in. Really like the bead. They're 2501. Ricky Wysocki used to putt with these before he moved to Discraft. And then I have a D-Line P2. The reason why I have this is, one, it's a great putter. Like, I don't think I make more putts with this compared to these or anything like that. But it's really good for the wind, because I noticed that these in the wind are a little bit less reliable just because they're so glidey. And this is just a lot beefier, it's a bit heavier, and I can just count on every time this go in. So that is my putting putters. And then next, we're going to move on to throwing putters. I have 5, which is kind of excessive. I'm going to start off with my favorite disc of all time. It's kind of a stupid one, but sentimental at the same time. Innova Polecat. So this thing has been in my bag for months and months and months. It is truly reliable, just because I know it's going to do every time, even though it is understable. So that kind of takes that part away a little bit. But for me, it works perfectly. It's way flippy. It's beat to crap, which is okay. I mean, it's time. It's like gray hair on a disc. I should do that, draw it on there somewhere. But it's a 1300. Now it flies like a Sonic. If you don't know what that is, it's I believe a 12-40 by Innova, which is a pretty interesting disc. We have, so the way I'm going to do this is by understability, stability, and then overstability. And I'll tell you what it is at the beginning. But this is understable. This is like my straight flying disc. This is I'm not sure what kind of blend Luna, because Discraft makes too many blends of plastic. But this is a Luna. It is pretty dope. I like to throw it just on the littlest bit of Annie at like 50%, have it flip up and just keep going straight, or throw a little bit harder and have it just keep turning. It's a machine. And then now we have 2 Saki Bomb Slammers. We have a first run, and then this one that's not a first run. So they're both Saki Bomb Slammers. But this one is really beat in. You can't really see it, but oh, you can. Yeah, you can't really see it. Never mind. But it is like puddle top, domey puddle. Like, it is super weird. It's like bumpy on the flight plate. This is disc I snagged my first ace with, my Wussy Ace. We're gonna call it that. We got it hole 4, Red River DGC, on the 20th of January, or it's January, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm super stoked about that. And then we have my other slammer. These are both crazy overstable. It's like a Berg and a Raptor had a child, or a Berg and his own had a child is a better way to say it. This one is a 3-2. They're both 3203. This one's first run, which I believe is a little bit more understable. Or it's not understable, but it's a little bit less overstable than your traditional slammer. And then moving on to mids, I have quite a few. Actually, I don't have too many. I have 5 mids, and there's one that I am going to do an honorable mention of that is going to go in my bag soon. I can almost guarantee it. But I'm going to start with this. This one I don't throw too often, but there's some very specific shot shapes that this thing's perfect for. An Innova Rolo. And real quick before I keep moving on, I'm just going to say I'm a big Innova dweeb. My bad, I'm sorry guys. I don't throw too much Discraft. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't know why. It's just personal preference. Maybe it's because they're big competitors to Innova. I'm not quite sure. But we have the Innova Rolo. This is like a 5.6 -4.1, which is pretty crazy. It's getting beat in. I can throw a good roller with it. You can just throw it flat at like 75% power, and it'll just perfect roller angle. As well as I love to throw a grenade with this thing, so I'm going to try to not show my phone number, kind of cover that. For a grenade, you just put it here, throw it on like a little baby, like a big hyzer, but not perfectly like flat. Have it turn over, go, and then just you can do some crazy crap with this thing. It's not a workhorse or anything, but. And then this one's kind of a new addition to my bag. Shout out Sean. I'm not going to say their last name and stuff. It's probably personal, confidential, whatever. This is a Rock 3. I had a Rock X3 in my bag that I sadly left behind on accident. And, yep. So this is kind of a replacement, but this I actually can see is way better than the Rock X3. The Rock X3 I could throw straight forehand with. You've probably seen it in my Instagram videos. But this is a Rock 3, not Rock X3, a Rock 3. So I love this thing. I believe it's a 5403. I can just throw it. It's pretty overstable. It's very reliable. This thing's 176, I believe. Yep, 176 grams. So not too heavy. It's still a great disc. I love this thing. It's good plastic feel. It's like Halo, Blizzard, something weird plastic. And this is one of the only Discraft discs you are going to see in my bag. It's a Soul. Very flippy. I don't ever throw a hyzer flip with it or like turn. I specifically throw high turnover shots that need to pan out. So if you've ever seen me out on the course at some place where you need to throw hyzer bombs, I will do the opposite. I'll throw an anhyzer bomb over everything and have a tank to the side without it rolling. And this is great for that, I will say that. Even though I'm not a fan of Discraft, this thing does have a great use in my bag. Oh, and then flight numbers are 4, 5, -3, 0. Okay, we have 2 of these in my bag. I had 3 in my bag at one point, and then one of them I kind of swapped out. We have 2 Mako 3s. This one is dead straight to maybe a wee bit overstable. This one is a little bit more on the understable side where this thing's going to drift a little bit, not really pop out of it. They are 5500. This one's a Star Plastic, really gummy feel. I love that disc. We have this one Halo, a little bit less gummy, but pretty stiff and firm. This one's 180 grams, so that's pretty beefy. This one, I'm not quite sure. This one I think is 175, if I had to guess. Yeah, it's like 175. I can feel it in my bones. And so those are the mid-ranges. And also, realizing something, I'm sorry this video is so unorganized. I'm not very good at this. We also have a pig in my bag, so I forgot to mention that. Thumb track disc, get one. That is an approach putter. So that is it for the mid-ranges and I guess the putters now, so. Alright, final segment, and I'm going to do some kind of honorable mentions and a shout out. We have all of my drivers. These are distance drivers I have, and fairways are mixed into my bag. We're going to do fairways first, and then we will do distance drivers. Save the best for last. So we have right here a disc that I just love to throw. I'm not quite sure why I have it in my bag. Just because it can be very unreliable sometimes. It is a Lat 64 River 7.7 -1.1 is pretty crazy. I can throw this thing like this and it'll flip and just go right, like it'll tank. It's fun to throw, but it's not good in wind at all. It will go crazy. It is some crazy stuff to watch. I recommend picking up one of these if you're a very beginner level player, which I used to throw these when I was a very beginner level player. I'm now a lot better than that. But I still have this thing in my bag just in case it's a perfectly calm day and you can just throw it everything, have a turnover. It's truly crazy. It will just keep going. Same glide as a glitch for those who needed to know. Alright, these next ones are actually, I'm going to do 2 at once, kind of. Pretty much, I'm not going to say they're the same disc. Very similar discs. We have a Discraft Raptors, one of the only discs you'll see in my bag. By Discraft, like I've said. And then we have a Firebird, which is so much better. The Firebird's a lot straighter of a disc. This is a 9304. Very overstable, pretty beefy. This is their Star Plastic. This one's a little bit more firm, kind of, yeah, hard to move, not as gummy. This one's pretty firm as well. This is the Raptor. This is a 9403, which is like a little bit off. Pretty flat top. This thing I can kind of chop a little bit and have it pop out of it, which is truly something beautiful to see with that disc. Alright, next we have this one I might get flamed for. I'm a big dynamic disc fan of Vandal. And also you will be seeing Felons in my bag soon. I have some spare Felons I need to throw a little bit more to get used to, and then they're going to pop in my bag. So we have the Vandal though. The Vandal is a 9.5 -1.52. I always get that wrong. So pretty similar to Valkyrie by Innova. This is very gummy, if you couldn't see that, but now you can. This thing I can throw like this, have it just go up and flat and either drift a little bit or just kind of go straight and then die, which is kind of what you want for a hyzer flip disc. It's very flippy, very fun to throw, and I definitely recommend it. And then next we have kind of a weird disc that's not a fairway or a distance driver. It is the Trash Panda Extraterrestrial. So this is an ET1. I'm going to cover up my phone number, but this is the rim. See, Epicyclic. One side's really thick. One side's about that thick, and the other side is only that thick. So big difference. This is like my thumber disc, where like if I just want to throw it like this, and it will do some crazy crap, I'll tell you that. Super domey. People say they will just keep turning. I've thrown mine. Mine's a very overstable one. I don't know if it's because of the dome or what. but it doesn't tank, it just goes right. Just gradually drifts. It's pretty cool to throw, I will say that. It's a very interesting disc. Next, this disc is a very new one to my bag. It's only been in my bag for about a week. Last Discraft disc, I believe. Yep, last Discraft disc. There's only 4 of them in my bag. You can't see what it is yet. When I turn it upside down, it's a Corey Ellis Force. I'm not sure what the flight numbers are. I think it's a 12503, if I'm correct. We have a Corey Ellis Tour Series Force, like I said. Very overstable, very beefy wind machine, I'll tell you that. This thing looks pretty cool. I like that blend. I got this one from Sean. Shout out Sean, which I'm going to kind of do with this other stuff. But yeah, this is just very beefy. So headwind machine, tailwind machine, doesn't matter. It will fight out of it. And then next, this disc I don't see anybody bag ever in my life. This is a Innova Star Max. So this is their old Star Plastic, super gummy. It is a 11305. I don't ever forehand this. It's crazy stable. Like, this is the best disc for wind. I can just throw it and it'll just kind of crash. It's beat in a little bit, so it's not quite that 05. It's more of like an 04, or yeah, probably an 04, an 04 and a half. It'll just crash and it will stick in the ground. It will fight through anything. It's a beautiful disc. This one this next disc I picked up as a joke because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to throw it, but it's an Innova Mystere, or Mystery. It's kind of spelled weird. It's Mystere. It's an 11.6 -22, so very flippy. This is like a distance machine where if it's wide open, what you're going to see me doing is throw it up way high to the left, have it just keep going, breakouts, fade, nose down, and just go. Push right to the ground. That is what this thing will do. Very beautiful disc. I will say that. Kind of hard to find. It is beat in. It is just a beautiful flight that I love to watch every time it's in the air. Next disc is kind of an interesting one. I found this and I have never gotten a response for it. It's a very cool die. It is a Dynamic Disc Trespass, which is a 12.5 -0.53, which is like the destroyer of Discraft, or Discraft Dynamic Disc. I need to bag a destroyer. And it is beefy. It'll go forever. It doesn't really do great in the wind because it's a little bit flippier, but it just has so much beef to it with that weight it has, because I believe this is like 180, and it'll just go. Go, 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 go is what it does. Last but not least, my bomber disc. You are going to see me throwing this backhand. It is a stable run of the Halo Wraith by Innova. It is, I believe, 177. Yep, 177. This is my first disc I ever broke 400 with. It's very beautiful looking. I love throwing this with no matter what the wind is. I know I talk about the wind a lot, and people are like, oh, how does the wind affect it? Yeah, the overstable discs do best in the wind regardless. I don't care what you say. But these things are just... Everybody needs a Wraith in their bag. I believe that more than the Destroyer. The Destroyer is an amazing disc. I should pop one in my bag eventually. You'll be seeing those in the future, I'm sure. But this is reliable. You need it in your bag. If you don't have it in your bag, I will judge you. I won't judge you, but I will convince you to get one of these in your bag, and you'll realize how much you're missing out on your life for all those years of not having a Wraith in your bag. So that is what is in my bag. So... very basic. I'm sorry that I rambled for too long. Most of you guys already left. So if you're still here, then say here in the comments. We have, real quick, I'm going to do shout outs to my buddy Sean. Let me grab all this real quick. He gave me a lot of those discs. All of those discs in my bag that I said were Sean gave to me. He gave me all this for free at our team meeting for Rain or Shine discs. Like, once again, check them out. And so this was... like a little gift from him. He was just giving it away at our little marketplace deal we had going, where all the team members could trade stuff and sell with each other. This one actually is not from him. I found this. It's a Latitude 64 River, and there's some great molds in here. We got Roadrunners. There were a lot of duplicates. We got 2 beautiful Felons. One has like a weird thumb track, which is very interesting. We have Forces, some bottom stamp stuff. This is a Scorch, but Valerie Manduhand or something weird. yeah, just giant shout out to Sean. This is a great piece of my collection, and this is one of the big career highlights. I was talking about a disc I was going to put in my bag. It's the Cax Z, I think I said that right, by Castoplast. It is a 6502. It's going in the bag eventually. With all that being said, guys, I'm sorry I rambled for half an hour almost. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching this boring video, if you did even watch it, but this is the bag, and all of that is what's in the bag. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys out on the course. Like and subscribe. Check out the Instagram. It's discaholic_14. That's where I post my stuff. I don't post any more short form content on YouTube. I'm only going to do long form from here on out. I'm going to work on doing more long form content. I'll be announcing the long form content on Instagram, so make sure to check that out. I'll see you guys out on the course. Capiche, capuche.